So if you want to learn how to get unstoppable power and a true foundation to live a epic life, then keep watching because I'm sharing it all on this video. Hi, I'm Brittany Rochelle. I'm an anger alchemist teaching you how to alchemize rage to live a magnificently melanated life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you this dynamic 3-step process that is so fundamental in creating unstoppable power. So often we see people who are confident and self-possessed and graceful, and we think that they were just born that way, or we think that they have things that we could just never have. And especially if they have systemic privileges that we don't have, it can be really disempowering and have us think that it's just not possible for ourselves to ever really accomplish. And so one of the best benefits of this process is to really create and claim your own foundation, your own space where you get to really practice and grow and learn and test out what power looks like in your melanated body and the way that you can show up in your life differently, more empowered. So this process is really all about safety. There are so many things that I teach in my own magnificently melanated TV episodes and that we hear just in the larger personal development world in general that really encourage us to expand and to go reach for the moon, reach for the stars, reach for all of it. And yet for so many of us, if we fundamentally do not feel safe in our bodies, we're not going to put ourselves in danger or make ourselves even more vulnerable than Black and brown people already are to go reach for the stars or reach for the moon or fundamentally change our lives in a way that feels unsafe. And myself and so many of my clients have the experience of being in larger personal development circles with white people who have a lot of ignorance and don't even understand the way that they're harming or their own microaggressions and gaslighting and racism that they're inflicting on Black and brown bodies in these personal development spaces. And even working with white therapists and white coaches, there are so many parts of our own experiences that oftentimes myself and so many of my clients don't work with and don't bring up because we don't feel safe to. And we know that the white body in front of us is not going to really understand what we're speaking about or have any way to empathize with what our experiences are like. And if you want to learn more around really somatic practices that are all about really based in the Black and brown experience, then I invite you to check out my free ebook called Melanin, a Reclamation, where I share more of my own journey and somatic tools that can support you in yours. So let's dive into this 3-step process on how you can really dynamically create this unstoppable power in your own Black or brown body. And the number 1 step is to redefine safety. As a Black person or as a brown person in a colonized world, we know that just walking down the street or being in public makes us fundamentally less safe, and we're already in so many instances a target just sleeping in our own beds at night, as Breonna Taylor was, or taking a jog down our own neighborhood. So understanding that when larger, aka white dominant society talks about or even just assumes a level of safety, that for us in our own lived experiences as well as the lineages that we represent, safety is a completely different experience. And in my experience and in working with clients, being able to redefine safety and even ask ourselves wonder questions like, I wonder how I can cultivate safety for myself in this space, or I wonder what I can do to make myself feel safe in this space. And then being really open to, if I don't want to share or go into breakout rooms or work with this super well-meaning but completely ignorant white body in front of me, then I don't have to. Really creating and redefining what safety looks like for you, not only just being in your melanated body, but based on how you're feeling on that given day, this could change. And so really, I think one of the most empowering things is to redefine this word safety or even this experience in your own terms. And if you'd like to work with a somatic coach to help you really build what safety can look like in your own body, especially given your own life experience, I invite you to check out one-on-one coaching with me, and I have a link to a free discovery call down below. Number 2 is you can then create a somatic experience of safety. I have another video all about resourcing, but this is essentially where you think of an event where you felt safe, where you felt loved and seen and appreciated and cherished in your own body, or maybe you saw this on television, or you had a teacher or some family member or a friend who gave you an experience where you did feel safe. So you think back to that event, you take some deep breaths, and you get curious on the way that felt in your body. And if you've never done this before, what comes up if someone asks you, how does that feel in your body? The first thing might just be good. But I'd encourage you to go a little bit deeper and get really specific. Try to locate where that good feeling lives in your body, and then actually give it what's called a felt sense. But it's essentially a description. So this could be, I feel a really warm, radiating, like sunshine sensation in my lower belly. Or I feel this red, puffy cloud in my chest. This really encourages you to think about textures, to think about sensations. Does it feel silky? Does it feel scratchy? And if you can, give it a color, give it a smell. And if you can give it a temperature, that can be even more powerful to get the deepest parts of your brain and even your brainstem on board and make this experience of safety a real somatic imprint in your own body. And if you want to supercharge this even more, you can inhale and breathe into this place where you feel this good feeling, and then exhale and expand it. Allow it to get a little bit bigger and allow your body and your nervous system to really sink into the safety as much as feels accessible for you. And finally, step 3 is to create this as a daily practice. I think so often, especially those of us who live in a world that reminds us every day that we are not safe, it's just as important to remind ourselves every day and to create our own sense of safety and to really pump that, bring that into our body. And this can actually be a really radical, revolutionary act to live in melanated skin and to have the audacity to feel safe and to feel loved and to feel cherished. And what's most empowering about this is that we are not waiting for the outside world to show us that, or waiting for people to change or do their own racial healing work. We're giving this to ourselves, powered by ourselves, our own body, wisdom, and imagination to do that. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want even more free tips and tools, I invite you to check out my other videos or my free ebook, Melanin, a Reclamation, and I will see you in my next video.